Kathy, you're also involved in clothing drives, food drives.
Right.
So if anyone wants to contact you on any of the above, your number's being put on the screen throughout. What I wanted to know is, how did you get involved in community work? What was the start?
Well, again, my mother, I think, as far as the most notable community work. My parents I think I learned by example. Mm-hmm. There was never a time that my mother said to me, well, you need to do this, or you need to do that, or we're going to go do this. My parents just did. And so even though we were not affluent growing up, I always often like to say we were poor and didn't even know it, and it didn't really matter. We had a nice, comfortable kind of an existence as children. And there were just always strays coming in. You know how some people would pick up a stray animal. They were stray people. They were always, when there were people in need, my parents they just did, and it was a very quiet kind of thing. You just simply did it.
Right.
And it's interesting because it doesn't run in their family. You know, it wasn't with my aunts or uncles on either side. So it was something that was just there with my parents. And so they showed us. And I think that has to be from the parents. I have friends now who do not give of themselves in any way. And even though I've asked to let their children, young boys, come help us with some of the cleanups that they wanted to do, they won't allow that either. So, and I just think, oh my God, you're creating people who are I don't know, they're myopic, it would be a right kind of a term, but it has to be done, it has to be shown, and it has to be taught.
Yes, so otherwise, how boring is the whole thing itself?
Yes, yes. And I get really aggravated. And I see my students who are 18 and 19 and 20, and it's so much self. Mm-hmm. And to see the turnaround in them. For example, they want to go back out. We're going back out on May 20th. If anyone would like to join us, we're going to be at Mount Zion Cemetery all day long. And if you just want to stop in and give us a few hours, or drop off some plants to us to plant around but they wanted to go back, even though we've already done it this year. And I thought, wow, this is really wonderful because their classes are done. And they could be trotting on their way, but here's a small core group that said, no, we want to do this because it felt so good to do that. And we had fun for the day.
Right. So, some people have parenting, people don't realize actions speak stronger than words, and so you've got to see your parents do, and so you did it, but it doesn't mean that someone else can't get involved at any age and feel the rewards that they themselves feel in helping others, and once they do a little bit, then they keep involved at some kind of pace. What advice would you have for someone who wants to get involved, but they've not really ever done anything and don't know where to start? What would you suggest that want to help the community?
Well, I think that if you look in a newspaper as a start, you can see community activities going on. Even with the cemetery cleanup, that's been in the paper kind of a thing. You can call the Mary Motherhood. You can call the Ministry of Caring. And a lot of times it's just maybe stopping by and playing with the children in a daycare center. Right. You can get more involved, I think. Call me. It's hard right now. It's hard to think of all the things you can do. But if you were just to say, I have so much time, and it might be just visiting a nursing home, because it's not about children, it's about everyone. So stopping by and just spending an hour with someone in a nursing home.
So if they even found their interest, is it a community where they're going to do Christina cleanup, or is it people, and is it older individuals?
It has to be what you're comfortable with.
They have to kind of maybe decide what they have a feel for, and if they don't know, just do anything.
Some people are not good people. Persons, they're not good people persons. And so to them, to go and sit with someone in a nursing home, or to sit in a daycare, or rock a baby, they're not good with that.
Right.
But maybe they're really good with picking up trash or digging or those kinds of things.
They can even create their own situation for help, like you did with Adopt an Angel.
Sure, and that was just a thought that has grown big. Right. There's so much out there. Mm-hmm. There's something for everyone if they would just care.
Right. Right, and we're going to get another word from our sponsors, and we're going to come back and we're going to discuss your being an industrial engineer and how did that all start.